Hey everybody, Munro here, Roaming Gnome. We're here at the, basically the first responders, volunteer first responders and ministers camp out here in central Missouri, the Ozarks, we affectionately call God's Garden. Thank you for joining me today, and today's episode is going to be kind of about something we call a reverse review of a product that we have all kind of pitched in and basically gotten. The way we received it was that it was a damaged product, or it didn't work, it wasn't functioning, and it was given to us because the actual group of people that gifted us this piece of gear didn't want to hassle with the actual return or the warranty department, and so basically I'll get on with it. It's a light that goes on your, like I said, we do a lot of mountain biking and use bicycles and things like that, especially the trek bikes. Most of us, the ministers, are Swiss, German, Dutch, French. We try to live simply and use the basic bicycles, mountain bikes especially. For what we do, we think that's a more responsible and more manageable way of transportation and getting around. And in doing a lot of ministry and basically first response, search and rescue, reclamation, salvaging. We take time with volunteer with the National Weather Service Skywarn program, doing road debris, basically courtesy patrols and things like that. And a lot of this stuff ends up having to be at night during the winter time, things like that. So we actually need some basic, simple gear that we can recharge, especially illumination or light equipment. And so, to make a long story short, I guess, we received this light from the Serfas Corporation, and it's supposed to be USB rechargeable, up to 8 hours of burn time, high, low, and flash modes. Light and bracket remove in 3 seconds. It has a light and a bracket, USB charging cord, and handlebar bracket included. Well, when we received this, the person that bought it, it was just like the battery didn't work and it didn't charge. And so it was missing some of the equipment too when we all pitched in and got it. And like I said, the other person just didn't have the patience or the knowledge of how to contact the people or the ability to basically honor the warranty. And the people that we got this from was a bicycle shop here in the central Missouri area, I'll say city of Columbia. And they had charged them $110 plus tax for a light. I know that's a little steep, especially when the retail is about $80, $85 on their actually out of their own store for the Serfas Corporation. And when you get something, and y'all pitch in, and when you volunteer, you don't really have a lot of funding. So your equipment needs to be in optimal condition, but you don't have a lot of financing. As far as, so you either have to make your own gear, manufacture your own gear, or pitch in, or, accommodate or figure out ways to either get grants, or trade, or negotiate to get the items that you need, especially when a lot of the things or services you provide, people don't feel that that's an actual, a helpful service. Especially when some of the things that you do are actually pitting against those who are actually being on a salary, and they're not really doing the job because people fall in the cracks, or some of their stuff, they don't quite get to because, that's just, there ain't nothing in it for me. So, but we pick up the slack. We handle the people that fall in the cracks. We help the people that get stranded. We help the people that are, sleeping under the bridges and they're freezing their ass off in the middle of the winter time, and they're getting frostbite, and you have to carry them to the hospital 2 miles on your back because no one wants to help you. That kind of stuff. And no one thinks that that's a responsible thing to do. If you live in some place where people are really, really selfish and self-centered, a ward district, a very, very heavily area that's committed to mostly sporting and games, and, if there ain't no paycheck in it for me, I'm not doing it. So if you live in an area like that, you're probably going to see a lot of people getting, stepped on. But to make a long story short, I'm going to keep it probably the best way I can. I'm not very good at keeping a short story. But we received this light, this product, and it didn't function correctly. And so I think the best way to actually find out about a company, I've heard of the Serfas company before. They make other bicycle components and accessories, mountain bikes especially. You know, people like seats. I've seen seats and things like that. I think I do actually have a Serfas seat on my English bike over there. But we received this light. It's 500 lumens. That's pretty bright. I mean, that's your average solar light is basically like 20, 26. That's a very good flagpole solar light. That's pretty bright. This is 500 lumens. It says right there on the box, 500. That's pretty bright. Well, this goes on your bicycle, so I mean, if you're doing search and rescue, things like that, you're looking for something, or you're trying to help somebody, or you're doing night vision or something like that, you need a very good light that's rechargeable, and it's sensible too, because this can be recharged probably with a USB cable, and so that can be used from a solar panel, and that helps us out because we're off the grid basically. We don't use that stuff. We don't use generators. We use solar panels, small ones at that, and so this is a feasible item. But when we got it in the box, the light didn't work. Okay, this is what it looks like out of the box. The light didn't work, and it has a simple button right here you push. The light didn't work. It's supposed to charge up, and it attaches to a bracket that goes on your bike, but it didn't work. And so what I did was I contacted the warranty department in Arizona. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was at. And they were very courteous. I also contacted them on their Facebook page, and they have a 1-800 number if you want to call them, but I used the internet. I contacted them through the email, and I let them know I have this product. I showed photos of it, even give them the serial number and whatnot, and I let them know that it was missing some parts, and they were more than courteous enough to send me a replacement, even unconditionally upon the fact that I just send this back, which I will. And I just want to this video basically is to let them know how this happened, how this occurred, and I received the items they sent from Arizona. I got it by, here's how it came. I got it by UPS, United States Postal Service, USPS, excuse me, first class mail. And they did send it to Dr. Glenn William Monroe Smith at the address that I posted, which is in town, excuse me, the city side of Smithton, which is now Columbia. And this is how I got it. I haven't even opened it yet, but I did show them that I received this package, this product from theirs, and it wasn't working. It was missing the charging cable and some of the other accessories that go with it. And so this is the opening I actually got. I haven't even opened this yet. I just got it this morning, and this came from Arizona, and I think I ordered it Thursday. And so here's what they sent me. This was missing. This is the actual charging adapter. They sent me that. They sent me the charging cable. They sent me another light. As you can see, here's the light. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what else they sent me. Oh, yeah. And then they sent me the new battery insert. So, and there's a return package in there. And of course, look how bright that is. This one works. Ow! It flashes, so that's a signaling device. High, low, lower. Ah, and it says do not look at it. Okay, I get it. I get it now why. Ah, do not look in this. I think it says it on the box. But as you can tell, this one works. There it has a signaling device on it. That's pretty bright. See, it cuts off. High, low, lower. Signaling device. So basically it has several settings for there we go. So we have the charger now. Now we have a functioning light. And we have the actual USB cable that goes to it. So they honored their word. That was pretty cool. And we're going to honor our word. And how you charge this is you plug it into the wall. I'm going to actually use the USB cable to plug into eventually the solar little kit we got. And it plugs right into the side of this light. See right on the bottom right there? It has like a little waterproof cap right here. And then what you do is, I'll go in more explanation. Then they sent me the basic for the return, is that I return the actual dysfunctional item in this package here, and then I send it back to them. Okay, so that was the condition, and I didn't even, all I told them was the light was messed up and they sent it to me, and my responsibility is basically to send the one that doesn't work back to them in this package. So that worked out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that, and I think that's very good service. You know, and that's usually how you can tell, you know, basically if you want to do business continually with a group of people that keeps their word, honors their product. That was a really bright light. I don't recommend you stare at that. Now I'm kind of blinded there for a minute. But anyhow, what we'll do is we'll take the actual damaged one here, or what's wrong with it, I really don't know. Like I said, it was given to me as a gift, and apparently the person didn't know how to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart, just like this, put it back in the package, just like this, like we said we were going to do, and then we're going to send it back to the UPS people, because that's all they wanted. Let's see, and I'll probably send them a thank you note. But it does come with a bracket. See, as you take this apart, let's see if I can get this together for you real quick. Once you get this together, as you can tell, it has a little slot in the back here. This is where the battery goes in. This is a rechargeable battery, by the way. And they look like little, basically those little pin batteries that you used to see in a calculator. Said I'll have to actually look and see what the specifics are. But it has a clip on here where this is supposed to fit. You slide it on here. It's supposed to. It snaps on, and then it fits on your bike like such. So if I want to put this on my bike, boom, it's on there. See, now we have a light. So that's pretty cool. And then if you want to recharge it, just take it off of here. Plug it into your wall. So, you know, you'd have to turn it upside down. That seems like it would be kind of a task. You know, and plug it into this USB port right here on the bottom, and you just plug it into the wall and it charges. But it came pre-charged, it worked. I'm not disappointed in it. It seems, you know, thoroughly built. So I'm not disappointed. The service was good, especially, like I said, if you want to tell how a company is, especially how they support and stand by their products, especially if they fail. That's the big thing. People and machines and things break down, or if it wasn't built correctly, you know, if it doesn't work appropriately, you know, that was the main thing I was concerned about. Okay, if I'm going to pay a lot of money for something, especially if you're working volunteer, and a company actually stands by their product, even when they, you know, it oopses or it fails, or, you know, that's a tendency to do that. I was very happy with that. With swift service, you know, I was to the point. I told them exactly where I was at, what was going on, and what happened. They sent me a return envelope and all that, you know, through the United States Postal Service, which is first class. That's cool. And it's in Arizona. And that was great. There's nothing else in here, so. But that was swift. Like I said, I think we got it on Thursday. It got to Arizona and it was here. So it got here Saturday, but I didn't get it until today. It's Monday. So anyhow, I'm thoroughly impressed with that, and I'm happy. And we'll post some more video footage of this as we go, but that's how it fits on your bike, pretty much like that. And then when you want to charge it, you can put the wall charger, but if you get a solar charger like I got, you just plug this in to that, and it'll charge that with no, you know, if you don't have any access to, you know, a domestic, you know, utility. Because we're trying to go, you know, get off the grid, basically, by using solar, wind, whatever else. But I'm thoroughly impressed. I did receive the new one, and I'm putting the old one in the package, and we're going to immediately send this right back today. United States Post Service First Class, and we're going to send it right back to Serfas, and we're going to send them the old one that doesn't work. And I'm very pleased with the service, and I'm happy they did that. And now I have my complete light kit, and it has high, standard, low, and flashing. And it even has overdrive, which only gives you 2 hours of maximum 500 lumen lights. So if you just run it on a standard, you get 4 hours of bright time. If you run it on low, that's 8 hours. at 100 lumen, and that's still bright. You know, 8 hours, and that's basically a shift of riding your bike. I usually only ride at night at about an hour. But if you're looking for somebody doing search and rescue, or you know, you actually have to use the light at night, you're going to need something that's, you know, going to be able to cut the mustard. But my average solar panel light, or solar light that I use, is basically anywhere between 6 to 26 lumens. The 26 one's pretty bright. Let's see, where's my 26 one at? Oh, I got it charging over there. But yeah, I just wanted to do a review of basically a reverse review of what happens when your stuff, well, you get it and it doesn't work. You know, you call and contact the warranty department, you let them know what's going on. I sent a couple photos to them. I even posted on their Facebook page, and yeah, they were very thorough. They contacted me. We had a very good rapport. I'm pleased, and I'm sending them back the other products. See, they even did it in faith, and I like that. And so when I see companies that have faith in somebody like that, you know, when they do business, I want to continue doing business with them, even if it is expensive at the Missouri level. It costs $120. In Federal Reserve notes, the bronze ones with the green stamp, basically I believe is what they paid for this with. And after you pay taxes, you know, you're looking at $120, you know, for a light. So you're going to want to know that this is going to bring it when you need it. That's a pretty good amount to pay for a light. And like I said, the service is outstanding. It should be for what, you know, the amount of the light is. It feels like it's very well built, high quality. I showed you the different things it does, and we'll do some other reviews of it as we go. But yes, the charger wasn't in the box, the cord wasn't in the box, and the light didn't work. And I was sitting there wondering why. But they sent me another one. They honored their warranty, and they replaced the parts that were missing, just on my word. And I even sent them some photos that I took with a really, really junky little phone that I found. And they honored their word and sent it to an address that I had in the city that I can pick up my package, because I don't have an address where we're at to receive mail or packages. I have to go into an address that I put at a local church, which I really don't trust, but I send packages, have packages sent there. And I do receive my mail there, so I had to go there to get it. Other than that, that's pretty much concludes this review of warranty. You know, when something goes wrong, and especially when it comes to products that you really need for something that's valuable and of a necessary reason. And our equipment can't fail, even though we're voluntary. We don't receive a lot of funding, and a lot of folks don't think that what we do is necessary. Courtesy patrol, removal of debris, cleaning up, you know, Ozark areas that are, you know, just basically disrespected, and just, you know, basic just traffic. You know, people lose stuff, it blows out their back of their truck, or they just lost their belongings, they got robbed, you know, something natural catastrophe happened and they're missing their items. So we try to return them, recycle them, you know, save them, salvage them, warn them about tornadoes, grass fires, pull them out of burning houses, save them from frostbite. Basically, you know, minister type jobs and emergency first response, but we're all volunteers. So when we get good equipment and we don't get paid, we need to make sure this stuff works well. But anyhow, I'm Glenn Munro, the Roaming Gnome, and you're here at the Central Missouri Volunteer First Responders and Ministers Camp. We call it the Roaming Gnome Society, and I hope you had a good day and have many more after that. Anyway, thanks for joining us.